Hey everyone, welcome back. For years, the whole conversation around blockchain has been totally stuck on what is it? Well, today, we're going to flip the script. Forget the crazy technical jargon for a minute. We're going to focus on the one question that really matters to anyone in business. Where does this technology actually create value? I mean, this is the elephant in the room, isn't it? So many executives hear the word blockchain and they just think, more hype. A cool piece of tech, sure, but without a real job to do. Well, we're here to answer that question head on and give you a framework to find the exact problems it was born to solve. And here's our game plan. We're going to start by cutting through all the noise. Then we'll learn how to diagnose business pain points, almost like a doctor. After that, we'll see some awesome real-world examples. We'll peek into the future with Web3, and then we'll wrap it all up by showing you exactly how to explain the real bottom-line value to your team. Sound good? Let's dive in. All right, first things first, to really get this, we have to completely change our starting point. Look, this isn't about adopting a shiny new technology just for the sake of it. No. It's about zeroing in on a business problem that just won't go away. And this is the absolute key takeaway. Stop asking, what is blockchain? And start asking, where's the pain in my business? I mean, where are the bottlenecks? Where are the trust issues? Where are things just slow and expensive? When you start there, the power of blockchain suddenly becomes crystal clear. So I want you to think of yourself as a kind of business doctor for a second. Your job is to walk through your company's processes and look for specific symptoms. We are on the hunt for a very particular ailment that honestly a lot of businesses have, but they don't even realize there's a cure. And that ailment, that one big telltale sign, is friction. We're talking about the friction that happens when you have a bunch of different people, suppliers, customers, banks, regulators, all trying to work together, but they don't trust each other because they don't have one single shared source of truth. That's where things get slow, expensive, and messy. And you can really see the difference here. On the left, that's the high-friction world most of us live in, right? It's a tangled web of go-betweens, constant delays while everyone checks their own books, and data you can't really see or trust. But on the right, that's the low-friction world that blockchain makes possible. Direct, peer-to-peer interactions, real-time updates for everyone, and trust that is literally baked right into the system itself. Okay, that's enough theory. Let's see how this actually works out in the real world. We're going to look at 4 different industries where this jump from high friction to low friction is already creating massive tangible value. First up, the supply chain. This one's a classic. Imagine a bag of fair trade coffee or a life-saving medicine. At every single step of its journey, from the farm to the truck to the store shelf, its status gets logged on an unchangeable blockchain. What does that do? It creates this perfect, transparent, tamper-proof history that proves it's the real deal and helps stamp out fraud. Okay, how about finance? Sending money overseas is the poster child for a high-friction process. It's ridiculously slow, it's expensive, and you have all these different banks in the middle taking a cut. Blockchain just blows that up. It becomes a direct transaction between 2 parties, and the result is insane. Payments that take minutes instead of days for pennies on the dollar. Next up is real estate, which uses this idea called tokenization. Now, don't let the word scare you. It sounds way more complicated than it is. All it means is taking a real-world asset, like a skyscraper or an apartment building, and creating a digital token that represents ownership of it on a blockchain. Simple as that. So why would you do that? Well, this is where it gets cool. Once that building is a token, you can split that token into a million little pieces. This is called fractional ownership. It means someone could buy just a tiny sliver of that skyscraper. It opens up investment to way more people and makes buying and selling property as fast and secure as sending an email. It's a game changer. And finally, healthcare. We've all felt this pain point. Our medical records are scattered across a dozen different doctor's offices and hospitals. It's a mess. Blockchain offers a super secure way to share those records between providers, but, and this is huge, it gives you, the patient, control over your own data. It can also speed up everything from insurance claims to clinical trials. It's all about putting the patient back in the driver's seat. So these examples, they're really just the beginning. They are all part of this much bigger shift that people are calling Web3. And Web3 is really just the next version of the internet, one that's built on all these principles of decentralization and user ownership. And inside this whole Web3 ecosystem, these ideas just explode. You've got DeFi, or Decentralized Finance, which is trying to build a whole new financial world without the traditional banks. You've got NFTs, which are way more than just silly pictures of apes. Think of them as digital tickets or exclusive membership cards or next-level loyalty programs. And all of this is pointing towards the metaverse, which promises these incredible, immersive, new ways for companies to connect with their customers. So, you've identified the friction in your business. You see the massive opportunity on the horizon. Now, for the final and maybe most critical step, you got to bring this back to the boardroom and build a business case that's absolutely rock solid. You have to speak the language of value. And when you boil it all down, that value proposition almost always comes down to one of these three things. First, reducing costs by getting rid of those expensive middlemen. Second, mitigating risk by creating a transparent, secure, and permanent record of everything. And third, the really exciting one, creating entirely new revenue streams through things like tokenization or new Web3 services. This quote right here just says it all, doesn't it? You don't walk into a meeting and say, we need to do blockchain. No, you walk in and say, we need to reduce costs, or we need to lower our risk. Blockchain isn't the goal, it's just the tool. It's the how that gets you to a cheaper, safer, and more innovative business. So at the end of the day, remember this. Every single business has friction. It exists in every department, in every industry. So the question is no longer if blockchain has a use case for you. The question is where that use case is hiding in plain sight inside your business. So the only real question left is, where are you going to start looking?